everyone, welcome to the first episode of Behind the Cause. I'm Rossini, your host, and today we're here with Project Red to learn more about their cause. Introducing the founders of this organization.
Hi, my name is Avantika. I'm one of the co-founders along with my fellow directors, and I'm the director of marketing for Project Red.
Hi, I'm Bindu, and I'm the director of finance for Project Red.
Hi, I'm Sahasra, and I'm the director of operations for Project Red.
Hey, welcome guys. So I have a couple of questions for you guys today, starting with when and why did you guys start Project Red?
So we started Project Red towards the beginning of our freshman year, around October or November of 2025, and we were looking for a cause that doesn't receive as much attention as it should. That's when we stumbled upon period poverty. Now, period poverty is a huge issue that affects so many people worldwide, but it doesn't receive the light or the attention for the magnitude of the issue, and we knew that we had to do something about it because not only did it resonate with us because we're girls, we're young women that go to school and have these experiences, we also witnessed firsthand what it was like for people our age to not have the same privileges that we do.
Of course, yeah, I think it's incredible that you guys realized that this is such a big issue as people with the privilege and having never experienced period poverty. And I think that's really rare, I guess, nowadays. So yeah, I think it's amazing that you guys were able to notice something like this and bring it into, make an impact in it to bring more awareness to it. So what exactly is period poverty and why is it such a big deal?
Period poverty is the limited access to period products and education about menstrual health. Like, so many girls, growing up, they just don't have enough education or access to these stuff, and they're not able to understand what's going on with their body and how to take care of it. And in places like India, there's 23 million girls who drop out of school just because they don't have enough access to period products, which it really shows how much of an impact it makes in the world.
Of course, yeah. What's the first thing you guys did when you first started Project Red to get the organization off the ground?
The first thing we did when we started Project Red was post on our social media platforms, which we have an account on Instagram and TikTok. It's called project.red0. And we post a lot on there regularly, so y'all should check it out. And it really helped because we became more well known and more people knew about period poverty before they came to the donation events that we hosted.
Alongside that, very shortly after we made our first post, we also collaborated with the Kairos Times, which is a student-led publishing site, where we wrote our article called "The Cost of Being a Woman: Addressing Period Poverty." I think it's a great place to start if you want to know more about period poverty. It's very informational and thought-provoking. And generally, I think you guys should give it a read. It's also linked on our social media profiles.
Definitely.
Of course, yes.
And, sorry.
Keep going.
To add on, we also got together with another organization planning on how to kick off our very first project for Project Red.
Yeah, of course, yeah. This is a good question. How does missing out on period products affect a student or just a young woman's daily life?
So, as Bindu mentioned earlier, 23 million young girls in India drop out of school every single year once they hit their period because they no longer feel comfortable to go live their daily lives at school because they don't have access to those products, which just goes to say not having access to these products stops so many women and young girls from doing their day-to-day lives. So many women miss out on work. So many girls miss out on opportunities. They can't play sports. It's insane to think about.
And in the US, 1 in 4 women don't have access to period products.
Which
stops them from doing the daily activities that all of us do.
Yeah, and if that's not alarming enough, I don't know what is.
Honestly, yeah, that's a crazy statistic. But both of them, it's such a widespread issue, and it's surprising to know or surprising to find out that there isn't as much awareness for it as there should be.
Yeah.
Oh, can you guys talk about a project that you guys have done from when you guys first started Project Red?
Yes, of course. Our very first project, in around November, the Thanksgiving week, we went around to multiple different communities and we did door-to-door selling where we just sold like small cookies with like informational cards just showing what period poverty is and how they could help us out by like giving a QR code to donate and stuff like that. And even in person, we talked to them about a couple words about what period poverty is just to get their mind going about, oh, to spark a little curiosity in their minds, you know?
Of course. Ooh, this is kind of to build off of what you just said. How do you guys get your sanitary products and how do you guys distribute them? What does that process look like?
So we buy our sanitary products in bulk. We bought various different sizes of pads and tampons because different women have different flows. And even in a cycle, like when a woman goes through a cycle, from day 1 to day 5, the flow changes drastically. And also about our first project, we raised $200 and we created 200 kits and donated it to the Ratgeber Salvation
Army Center.
Army Center, yeah.
On Thanksgiving Day, which is like a really special moment to us because it's like Thanksgiving and we're giving our love and support to all the women out there.
Mm-hmm. So as Sahasra was saying, we made sure that we bought all these different sizes and each kit had these different sizes so that every woman was able to use what they needed since obviously not everyone has the same preferences or needs.
Of course, yeah. I think it's amazing that you guys were able to take time from your Thanksgiving break, no less, to put your effort into something like this. What is one thing you guys have learned about running an organization that surprised you or helped you develop your skills further?
So I would definitely say going into Project Red, the biggest lesson we have learned so far is how long it takes to plan even the smallest things. So as we talked about earlier, our first project was the door-to-door selling, which later led to us making the money for our first fundraiser. And sorry guys.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, keep going.
But yeah, so for that first project, we thought it was going to be pretty simple because it's door-to-door selling. All you do is take a box of cookies or cupcakes, you go door to door and ask them to buy something. But it took so much planning. We thought we would be out of the house to finish selling our stuff by 3 p.m. When did we get out?
7.
7
Yeah.
p.m. All with the help of our entire team and our parents too. So.
And we took 5 hours of prep for that.
I think it's definitely underlooked how much time it takes to plan things like this, especially because we juggle a lot of things like school, work, social lives. I think it's still really amazing that we're able to still make time for the things we care about. Oh, this is like my favorite question. Periods are in general considered taboo and they have a lot of stigma around them and people can be awkward when someone mentions them. So how did you guys get around this obstacle?
Well, obviously, when we first just started, we just started posting on social media to like let people know what period poverty even is. Because like I feel like a lot of people don't even know what it's about. So like it's good to just get the word out there and just seeing like a random little post on your FYP about like period poverty and how you could help by joining Project Red and multiple other ways. And then we started going door to door and a bunch of other projects to like help us raise awareness not only like online but also like in our communities.
Yeah, of course.
When we went door to door selling, so many people they didn't even know what period poverty was. Like we got so many different stares and looks like, what is that?
I think the first house we went to, the first question we got asked was, what even is period poverty? So
Ooh.
that's where it all started. But adding on to Bimbo on a more personal level, definitely for families, if you're an older sibling or a parent, I think it's a really good idea to start exposing your kids to what a period is at an earlier age. Most girls, they get their periods from when they're 10 to 13 years old. And from personal experience, we don't really know anything about it until we get it. One day we're just expected to know everything overnight. And honestly, that's another reason why there's so much stigma around it. Nobody talks about it, nobody tells you what it is, how to deal with it, why you're feeling like this in the first place. So I think it's so important to start talking about it in places so that more people actually know what it is and aren't so afraid to speak about it.
Like everywhere you go, like they act like it's like an entire different like life change. I mean, it is life changing, but not in like that way, right? And yeah, like it's like such a big taboo, and it shouldn't be because biological process, everyone goes through it. And you
Half
can't
the
even
world,
control it.
guys. Half the world.
Of course, yeah. So, adding off of what Avantika said earlier, how can others get involved and support Project Red? Like one way you mentioned was for children and older siblings to educate their children and siblings on the topic, but what are some other ways?
Ways y'all can like help out in with period poverty and Project Red is we're actually in the process of making a website, which there's going to be a tab that says donate, and y'all should. That's the way to donate.
Check it out.
Yeah. Also on our social media platforms, as I've mentioned before any events that we host, like a week before or like even just like a few days before, we always have like volunteering opportunities so that y'all can like help out like anything we're doing, like door to door, bake sales, and stuff like that. So that's like how you guys can help out.
Even just coming to one of our events and buying something small will go a huge way.
Every dollar.
Yes, of course.
Every dollar makes a big difference.
Okay, well, we have reached the final question for you guys. What are y'all working toward? What's your biggest goal for your organization?
We don't.
I mean, the end goal is to help as many women as we can. That's what all of us are working towards.
And give period poverty the awareness it deserves, because everyone goes through it and it does not get the like light it deserves.
And like in any way that we can inform people and like how they can help us, or not just us, but like any woman that you see around you, like how can you help them? Can you give them like any help? Like can you give them any things that would help the pain feel better, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Our goal has no finite end. We'll just keep going. And honestly, that's also why we could use any of your guys' help, because the more hands on deck, the better, obviously, guys.
Yeah, I think it's incredible that you guys don't have a finite goal, because it shows that you aren't doing this to work just to like get that accomplishment down or something like that. It's you guys are genuinely passionate about this topic and you guys don't want to stop. I think that's like really good, like really great that you guys are able to do. Okay, well, that's all the questions I had for you guys today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course, yeah. I hope you guys are able to progress farther towards your goal, even though it's not one goal, I guess. But yeah, remember, this isn't just a conversation. It's a movement. We're shining the light, and these stories continue with you. Thank you.